I mean really clean, and it holds any set I want.
New beer-enriched shampoo, Body on Tap, gives your hair super body, super hold.
Brewed with 1/3 real beer.
Wow.
But don't drink it. Just shampoo. Whether I roll it, pin it, curl it, or blow it dry. It gives my hair super body, super hold.
And the shine of your life. It's the beer shampoo that does it in 3 bodybuilding formulas.
That's body.
On Tap.
Welcome to Flaco's Corner. I am your host, El Flaco Loco. My guest today is the most feared J.R. Kratos. That's right, fans. You think you know a lot about J.R.? Just wait till you see this interview. Wrestlers, referees, managers, promoters, you think you know a lot about JR? You've been up and down the road with them? Well, today I guarantee you're going to learn a little bit more about the man. And stay tuned because after the interview, I'm going to tell you how you can get yourself a Lucha Libre Mafia shirt for free. Coming up, my interview with JR Kratos. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Back to my house. I'll bring my guys. You have yours. I've got Junkyard Dog.
It's World Wrestling Federation Superstars.
I've got Brutus Beefcake. Here's George the Animal Steel. I've got Great Hammer Valentine. Ricky the Dragon Steel.
They're so real.
And Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Can you tell the difference? Wrestling Superstars. They're for real. Each sold separately from LJN.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we are. We have the most feared J.R. Kratos in Flaco's Corner. Sir, how are you today?
Cheers, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Oh, of course. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Your check is in the mail, so I know that.
Thank you, sir.
You don't do this stuff for free, and I can't fax over a hot dog and a handshake. So yeah, you got the check coming anyway. Hey, so. Few things. I've known you for a few years now. What year did you get started in training?
Started training in 2011, at the end of 2010, going into 2011.
And then you were in the ring around what time?
It was January 8th, 2012.
So 2012 was about the time. So now. I know a lot of people know a lot about you, and you've done a lot of interviews, and people have asked you about, your training, all of your travels, who your toughest opponent is, who you'd like to wrestle. But what I want to do is I want to talk to you about something that maybe no other interview has talked to you about, and it's about the ladies. Okay. I want to talk to you about women, and not just women. I want to talk to you about beautiful women, and I want to talk to you not just about beautiful women, but beautiful.
Try to get me in trouble.
Beautiful, strong, independent women. I want to dig deep down into know a little bit about the man, J.R. Kratos. But and I'm kind of glad that one of the benefits of us dealing with what we're doing with and having to do a remote interview is I'm in a different room from you, so I can get away with saying a few things that I probably wouldn't have the guts to say this into your face. So I'm going to let you know right now, JR, there are 2 women in your life.
Yes.
They're beautiful. They're intelligent. They're independent. Your daughter, Ariana.
Yes, sir.
And your partner in life, your partner in crime, Jessica. Both beautiful women. I think you'll agree. But I think you need to know something. They have been texting and emailing with a married man over this past week. So I'm sorry if I got them in trouble, but I'm getting,
Yeah.
as the kids say, my phone has been blowing up. My can an
Get
email
out
be
of the
blowing up?
DMs, huh?
Yeah, but those two just would not leave me alone. I don't. Maybe it's the mask. I don't know. But anyway, but Jr. I reached out to them, and I did have a little help from the Big Ugly. I reached out to them because I wanted to ask them some questions. What it's like to have a father who's a professional wrestler. What it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's a professional wrestler. I want to share the questions with you, and before I read you what their answers are, I want you to kind of predict what you think those answers are. How does that sound?
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay. Now I did. Now I did. No, I did. So I did. Now, have you heard about any of these questions, or did you know that I've been contacting and in
No.
communication?
No.
All right, fantastic. Because
Yeah,
I did reach out there. First off, I just said, hey, here's who I am. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to interview JR. Would you be willing to take part of this? But I want to keep it a surprise. I want to keep it a secret for him. So
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I had no idea.
once again, yeah, your daughter and your wife were sneaking around behind your back with a masked Mexican wrestler. So, once again, I'm glad we're not in the same room because I've seen you throw people and it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah.
So JR, the first question I asked them, and I want you to try and just guess what you think they said. The first question was, what was it like seeing JR wrestle at a show for the first time? What do you think? How do you think they answered? We'll start off with Ariana, because how old was she when she saw you wrestle for the first time? We're talking 2012.
Shit, man. I can't even remember. I think she was at the first one. I can't even remember. That's pretty sad. But
yeah. So we're talking 9 years ago.
Yeah. I remember at first she was just, it's totally different, because they know me as dad and obviously as JR, and then to see me switch and to see that persona, it was different for her. I think she enjoyed it. I hope she did. But I know through conversations and when she would go on the road with me after a while, she didn't really give a shit who I was. She liked everybody else. So, but
yeah. Now, one of the things I was going to say, my own, and this is about you, but of course I've got to inject myself into everything.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite memories of Ariana is when she was much younger. And she's a sweet, sweet kid, and you'd introduce her to everyone. She'd say hi to everyone, and then after the show, she was incredibly sweet. But during that show, at the time, you and I weren't really seeing eye to eye on things, and maybe I may have said some derogatory things about you on the microphone.
I'm sure.
I don't apologize. I was doing my job. But I just remember this sweet little girl that I met before doors opened. And the mouth on that kid, when I walked out there, she said it was heartbreaking. She hurt my feelings. She cut me deep, as the kids say. But but then like after the show, I was like, I remember being worried, like, oh my gosh, this little kid hates me. And she was still like, hi, Flaco.
Yeah.
And the sweet, but I'm like, she's so young and she gets it. She gets it. She knows the character and all that. So yeah. And how about and this would be, and about what year or so did you meet Jessica?
It's been a few years now, but I remember the first time she went, she's never been into wrestling. So that kind of, maybe further into the conversation, that kind of benefits me in a way. So she's not overexhausted by the situation, but
okay.
She was she really enjoyed it, man. She thought it was really different. Obviously, she supports what I do, so to see me extremely passionate about something, it was it was cool for her to see. But when she said the same thing too, she was like, "Oh my God!" She was like, "How do you get so scary? Where does that come from?"
Yeah, well,
all this and that.
So once again, go ahead.
No, I just think it's really cool, man. And that's, I'm going to get off rambling, and we haven't even started drinking yet. But just wrestling, how it is, it's just an art. It switches, you know what I mean? And to be able to do that, I think it's awesome. And for Jessica to come in, I was kind of just taking it all in because she's seen it before, but she's never seen it live or me do it. And for her to say that
which is a completely different experience. It's a different experience from watching it on TV
and being live,
and even seeing like a live arena show. But then to see a much more intimate wrestling show where it's right there and it's in your face, and especially I would also think that JR Kratos in the ring. There's not only the intense personality and the promos, but also the physical side of your wrestling.
Yeah,
which is just. I mean, what does that one shirt of yours say? Talk shit, get thrown, or yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's impressive. So once again, the question was, what was it like seeing JR wrestle at a show for the first time? Let's take a look and see what Jessica said. She said, "When I first saw JR wrestle, I was super excited and intrigued by the whole other world of combat sports. I wasn't worried about him or him getting hurt. I was more interested in seeing how sexy, kick-ass he was.
It's my girl.
I think finally, after a few matches, I asked him if he was okay and make sure he was not hurt. So well, all right. Well, you know, let's we may not need a drink here, but let's talk about the attraction.
No, let's pause, sir.
All right, so here, let's have one. We'll have one for Jessica here. So let's talk about the intrigue and the possible added attraction of her seeing that side. What was that like?
Oh, did we do the nasty with just the belt on?
No, I'm not. I'm not asking that. I'm not. Maybe after a few. Here you go. To
cheers,
you, brother.
I love you, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
All right. So yeah. So the you know, we never really talk about the sex appeal of JR Kratos, I guess. But I mean, but that had to be. I mean, she had.
I don't check my DMs, sir. No.
But I mean, it's like, I mean, you're an intense personality. You're obviously into physical fitness, but I mean, this has to be this other side of you that she got to see for the first time. This unleashed monster. I mean, that's gotta do something there. So.
Yeah. And here comes my little Giselle after that.
Yeah. There you go. And wait a minute. Let's do the math. 9 months.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, let's take a look and see what Ariana said. Seeing my father wrestle at a show for the first time was a whole bucket of emotions. I just remember watching his entrance, and it felt like the proudest moment I've experienced.
Oh, don't make me cry, man.
Oh, get ready. I felt the excitement rushing through the crowd, and when that bell rang, that's when I felt nervousness. But not really because I know who my dad is. I lost my voice during that match. Oh, and he won. So that's your daughter's reaction to that.
Yeah, man.
What's going through your head, knowing that? I mean, trying to do the math here. Well, how old is Ariana? Maybe like 9.
Yeah, I would probably say 9, 10.
9 or 10 years old. What's going through your head knowing that, like, my kid's going to see me get physical and get hurt, not injured, but get hurt in the ring. You know, I've been ringside with you, and I've been in the ring, not I think maybe one or a few times you got your hands on me, but it's physical. It's physical. And I always tell people, you know, the whole point is to not injure your opponent. You're going to hurt them. You're going to hit them. You're going to kick them. And so what's going through your head knowing that my daughter's going to see this physical side of me in a violent environment? Were there concerns on your part?
I mean, there's always concerns, you know, as far as her seeing me do that. It's always something that I'd love to do, man. This is truly a part of who I am. So when they see that, to me, it's I like to present it to them as far as like because they see everything behind the curtain. You know? You're gonna get me all emotional, man. They see all the hard work, man, all dealing with my grumpiness, dealing with who I am as a person, dealing with all my bullshit, man, that goes into this business, and even all the things that go outside of it, because you try to take on so much to be better for what you want to become. Mm-hmm. And so when they come to shows, besides everything else that's going on in this fucking business, I want to present to them that this is why there's a reason to all this madness that you guys put up with, and to see me perform and to see people go crazy for the character and for who I am. It's a proud moment for me as a father, a proud moment for me as a person, and a proud moment for me as having another half, because for all the shit, man, that they put up with. I mean, I think that is so unheard of these days as wrestlers, to give credit to those people. You know what I mean? To your inner circle, man, the ones that are there 24/7, the ones that are there that when no one's cheering for you, when you're down, when my other half is dealing with my injuries, me bitching about everything. And because I'll admit it, man, and I'll never admit it again, and I've only had one drink, but I'm the biggest baby, man, behind the curtain. When I'm hurt, the whole house will know. It's just one of those things. But as far as the credibility to them, I really hope, and it really brings so much emotion to me to hear them say that, because that's what I want, man. When I walk down the ramp and I walk down the aisles, is for them to just feel proud, that, and also for them to just feel inspired to do what they love to do, you know. And for my daughter, she's out in college right now doing what she loves to do, and that for me is awesome, because she took a big chance and a big opportunity to do what she wanted to do. And not saying that wrestling or anything, impacted that, but hopefully, the drive that I have to do something inspired her to do something, and take a chance. And so my mind goes always 1,000 miles an hour, but the thing that I think of most sometimes is when I'm in there and hearing the arenas just go fucking crazy, is just for them to be proud, man, to know that shit, this is why he does this crazy shit, so. And
there are wrestlers who, they keep their personal life in terms of their family, they keep them on one side and they're wrestling on the other. But some of my favorite memories of like my earliest memories of training was with the Big Ugly bringing his kids in. And God, I remember there's a picture somewhere of me holding Titus. He had to be maybe 1 or 2 years old. I'm holding him in my arms at William Land Park for a picnic birthday. And now I couldn't pick up Titus even if I had a forklift. I mean, he's twice my size, and he's just like 6'3" of muscles. And but and there's families, and we talk about Chupacabra bringing his wife and kids along, and that was always something like it was a very common sight for you to come walking through that door, and right there's Jessica, there's the kids, there's other members of your family walking in with you, and you really brought them along with you for this journey. So
and that's like the cool things, man. As far as Big Ugly, man, shout out to that dude. That dude is, fuck, man, like the shit he's done for me is. I'm glad we're not drinking more, sir. I'd probably be crying.
well, I've got a few more questions. So,
but just as far as him, man, I love the shit out of that dude, and to see his kids come and they just grow up before your eyes. It's like, fuck,
right,
man.
right.
And then Choopy, man, just funny story about that guy. Like his daughter, I remember when I first met her, she was just scared shitless of me, dude. I couldn't get any word out of her. She would always just be hugging Choop, and I'd be, hi, all this and that. And then now I remember the day she ran up to me and gave me a hug, and I was just like, oh man, you're bringing the teddy bear out. Like she was just not scared anymore. I was just like, oh shit, right on, here we go.
Yeah. And when we're talking about Choopy, we're talking about, you talk about I feel like I've seen Choopy grow up before my eyes, and his wife Angela grow up before my eyes, and then to see his kids, man, what an incredible story they are. Next question that I asked Jessica and Ariana: what has it been like seeing JR travel all over the world as a wrestler? How do you think your family has taken into account? Because you went from this, okay, I'm going to wrestle once or twice a month in my local promotion, maybe another promotion here and there, to I'm going to go to Japan. I'm going to go back east. I'm going to hit the road. I'm going to be on the circuit. I'm going to be doing this and taking it to the next level. You're not a weekend warrior. You're taking it to that next level. What do you think it's been like for them to see you hitting the road and traveling and being away from home?
I think it's two sides. You know what I mean? I think they're proud, and the other one is the absence of being here. I think I think that takes a toll on the family, of course, especially when I had the opportunity to go to Japan, that was for damn near a month, man. So
Yeah.
And you know, with just our baby being born, it was it was a little rough for me, you know, because like I said, man, the biggest teddy bear, and I just love being a dad and a partner. But for them, you know, it's just the absence, you know, but thank God for FaceTime and, you know, and all this and that. I want to say that they're proud. I know they're proud, and it just sucks, man. That's part of this game, is just not being here at times. And then you're missing the good times. Like I remember when I was out there, we planned, man, I think we planned up maybe in a year in advance for the family to go to Disneyland. And I was like, I think this is a good time. This is a good break in my schedule.
Yeah.
You know, we'll plan Disneyland here. And just so happens that I got the opportunity, you know, thanks obviously to Pro Wrestling Revolution and Gabriel over there for giving me that, but giving me that opportunity to go. And unfortunately it was at that time. So, you know, I'm not going to say no, you know, because no in this business can, you know how it is, can put you, probably never get it again. So I took it, and you know, that's just one of the sacrifices that we all made, not just myself as a family.
Yeah.
You know, they went to Disneyland, and I was throwing around people in Japan.
Well, let's find out. Let's find out what these lovely women and your wife said. First off, Jessica, she says, I couldn't be happier to see his hard work, dedication, and grit start to give back to him. Oh, this is Jessica. I have 2 documents pulled up here. So once again, Jessica says, I couldn't be happier to see his hard work, dedication, and grit starting to give back to him. All these traits he wears so well aren't easy for a person to continually get after, and he does. I'm happy to see him happy. And man, Kratos is ready to kick ass all over the world. I hope you're ready. He inspires me every day to push and then push a little more. We can't wait to see him shine on expanding platforms. How's it feel hearing that from your partner in crime?
Feels pretty good, man.
Yeah.
This is all that I shit, man. This is
I had to do this to you, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and I haven't even gotten to Ariana's answer.
You're messing up the rep, brother.
I'm sorry. Well, I do think it's important for people to see this side of it.
Because this is what it's all for.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, so to hear them say that is it's cool, man, because they're why I do it, man. This is all I know how to do, man. This is all I want to know how to do, and to hear them be proud and do that, it just makes me want to get after it more.
Well, let's take a look at what Ariana says. Watching my father travel all over the world, doing what he loves, has proven to me that hard work pays off. I know the work and sacrifices my father's put into his career, and it's not easy being him, but he'll make it look easy. Here we go. My dad is my hero. He inspires all of my dreams and makes sure that I don't dream small. Sorry, brother. I had to do that to you.
Yeah, shit.
I got, the first time I saw that, she sent that to me. She sent that to me in a text message, and I'm in my kitchen and I read that, and as I'm reading that, I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm like, I know how I'm handling this right now, and I'm removed from this situation. I just posed a question and she gave an answer, and I'm reading that and I'm just moved. I'm like, JR is going to kick my ass when he hears this. So that's got to feel amazing, knowing that how many dads strive to be an inspiration. And you talk about your daughter, how she's taking these huge challenges and these huge steps, going away to college and all that. It's like, that's amazing how professional wrestling can inspire outside of our world in such a way.
And that's what just that's the whole reason, man. Like, I've always, even when I started training, of course you do it because you love to do it, right? But I've always been big on this whole thing is bigger than we will ever be.
Yeah.
The whole inspirational bubble of what we do is, we can never amount to that, man. You know, to see the kids, or even more inspirational to hear your kids, you know, say that. It's like what we do in that ring is I believe it's really magic, man. When it's done right and people really focus on you and believe in you, what it can do for someone is amazing, man. And that's why I love the shit out of this business, man.
Yeah.
I really, really do. The inspiration behind you as a person, if you carry yourself right and conduct yourself right and do this right, you can become someone's hero, man. And to hear,
well, and then I mean, it's obvious that you're a loving partner and a loving father, and to take something that you love and use that as to show them an example of what's important in life. It's to never, I mean, it sounds like a damn John Cena t-shirt here, to never give up, to never give up, to never give into hate, and to overcome these obstacles. I think that's beautiful. That's what's beautiful about wrestling, and especially when good people are wrestling. Because I'm sure there's a lot of, quite frankly, there's a lot of assholes out there. My dog right there. There's a lot of assholes out there who aren't giving that message to their father. And I don't think it has to do whether you're, you know, the most feared JR Kratos or you're part of the Border Patrol. It's just like the work and the effort that you put in. And I think I'm glad that you get to hear the impact that it has on these two wonderful women in your life.
Yeah, thank you for reaching out, man. I appreciate it. There
problem.
she is right here. I'm about to kick her ass. Is that the guy?
No, I'm sorry. I had to tell them that we've been text messaging and emailing each other. And so, you know, oh my gosh, future champion right there. Future champion right there. Well, JR, we've got a couple more questions, and then
let's do it, brother.
We've got a little added surprise that maybe Jessica can come back and be a part of. So the next question was, how did your friends and family react when they found out that JR was a wrestler? So how do you think I mean, it's twofold here. You know, you've got your daughter who, you know, going from 9 through her high school, teenage, and now into college years, they find out, you know, her dad is a wrestler, and then they find out who he is and what he's like. And then also you're already in this when you meet Jessica. And how do you think her family and her friends respond to the fact that, oh yeah, this new guy in my life, he's a pro wrestler. And not only is he a pro wrestler, but he's this, you know, this wall of muscles that is intensity turned up to 11. How do you think they responded? Well,
I mean, for my daughter, it's created a lot of secrets. I'm just kidding. It's always received well, man. You know, people are just like, holy shit. You know, at first they think, they just think like the wrestling, like the proper wrestling. And they're like, oh shit, really? Like, no. I'm like, no, man. Like I always say like the WWE, like the Rock. Holy shit, dude, really? Like, that's fucking cool. Yeah. And, you know, I think,
and you've shared the screen. You've shared the screen with the Rock. So there you go.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I think it's always received cool, man. People are really, really intrigued by it. And then, you know, the question always is, you know, they're trying to get behind whatever and ask questions that I'll never answer. But
yeah,
you know, it's like, I think it's received well. It's cool because you see people's reaction, and then they're intrigued, and then they're interested, and then they want to come to the show. So cool. It's
all right.
Asses in the seats, and I think it's cool.
All right. Well, that's what you think. Let's hear what they say. So Jessica says, my family was like, what the fuck? Huh?
Yeah.
How awesome. And then same reaction from her friends. People were shocked, and certainly nobody wants to mess with me or cross him after knowing he's a true badass in and out of the ring. And then Ariana, your daughter, says, when people find out who my father is, it's like a mood changer. My dad is well respected, so I've noticed I get special treatments, which is pretty darn cool. My friends are always shocked when they find out about my father, and the boys are even more shocked. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, so you'll get me killed." Ha ha. Having and now I don't understand this terminology here. I think this is a good thing as far as the kids say. Having the most spirit as my father is definitely my biggest flex.
Yeah.
I think now I don't understand the vernacular that these youths use, but I think that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
Has the most spirit had to lay down the law when it comes to his daughter and the socializing?
No, not yet. Yeah.
Something
No.
something tells me she can take care of herself pretty well.
Yeah. But no, not yet, man. She's I'm sure it's out there, right? But
Yeah.
she carries herself well, and
Yeah.
hopefully we've done well, and you know, she can make smart choices, and you know, she's an adult now, so give her that freedom, and you know, hopefully doesn't have to learn the hard way in some things. And you know, she's a good kid, man. She's killing it out there. She called me the other day because she's pissed off because she got a 3.96 GPA now.
What a failure! What a failure in life.
Yeah. God damn, you're gonna become no.
Well, I wouldn't be too worried about her. She can make a grown man in a wrestling mask cry on the inside with mere words. At the age of 9, she was able to do that. So you got nothing to worry about as far as that goes.
Well, right on, man.
Well, there was only one more question, and I think I made the mistake. I forgot to send this to Ariana. So I think for another day, another time, I'd like to know her answer to this. But this one, we're going to pull back the curtain even a little more on J.R. Kratos.
All right.
What is something fans of JR might be surprised to know about the most feared JR Kratos? What do you think Jessica exposed about you? Something that people would be surprised to know about you. I mean, I think we all know, those of us who've been honored to know you and meet you and get to know you over the years, share a ring with you, share a locker room, we know you're a good guy. We know that you're a good father. We know that you're a good partner. But what's something that people might... I was really surprised when I saw the answer to this. I was surprised, and you and I are going to have to talk. Maybe after the cameras are rolling, you and I are going to have a discussion. What do you think is something that she exposed about the most feared JR Kratos?
I would probably say like maybe my choice of music, maybe. Like, I don't know.
What about your choice of music?
It might come as a shock, man. I love to listen to classical music, man. Like I love like jazz, pianist, just classical music. It's for me, it really channels something where I could just calm the hell down.
Wow.
Because I'm always just going. But
well, this is
I don't know. Now I'm interested to hear.
Well, let's see. She says, ironically enough, there are layers to this animal of mine. A normal person, here we go. A normal person gets pumped to some heavy metal or gangster rap music. This man of mine gets more pumped on classical / piano music.
Wow.
Calm before the storm, perhaps. And then she mentions that you're a fun drunk. So classical music, that's awesome. I never would have, I would have, and I think I fall in line with what Jessica was saying. I would have assumed those two, that, oh, this guy listens to intense music, and you know, it's either hardcore rap or very, very heavy metal in this man's iPod. But if people still use iPods, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
In your Walkman, I'm sorry, a Discman for some people.
Yeah.
So really, classical music. How have you always been into classical and jazz, or is that something when that happened later on in life?
I think I've always been intrigued by it, but as I got older, I realized, you know, what it's done for me and how I act off it.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I don't know. I love that style of music. I can do. I know it's crazy. I work out to it. For some reason, it pumps me up. I calm down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love the piano. As a matter of fact, we bring that up. Since all this, COVID stuff is going on, we went and bought a piano. She found I've always wanted to play, man. I've always said it to her, like, man, I want to start playing the piano. And she's like, what the fuck? She's like, what? And even when I tell people, they're like, oh, bro, like, here we go, JR, what another fucking idea. And no, I was like, I really want to get one. So she found one, and we bought it. And, a couple of my buddies went to go pick it up. And I've been playing it during the day and all weird hours of the night because I can't sleep. Oh my
gosh! Wow.
Yeah, so.
I think that's awesome. Now guys like Big Ugly aren't going to let you hear the end of that one.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. He gives me a hard time about drinking wine, so I can only assume what he's going to say about the pianist, J.R. Kratos. I think it opens up a whole new world of gimmicks there. So, yeah. All right. We've got one last section, and then I'm going to let you go. I know you're a busy man. I know you've got some sonatas to play. So I'm going to do one more. I'm going to do one more shot. If you care to join me, that's all right.
Yes, sir.
I was just going to say, I heard wrestling a few times and no shot.
No, we didn't even say that, but I guess I'm gay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe after I'll go back and watch this, and I'll turn it into a drinking game every time JR says this, or anytime I think anytime JR breaks emotionally, take a shot and do an emotional shot with JR. So hey, before we get into this last part, because now we built you up, we're going to tear you down. But before we do that, let's raise one to the lovely people, the lovely women in your life, and everyone in your family. But especially, let's one for Ariana and one for Jessica. So cheers to that.
Thank you, sir. Cheers.
All right, JR, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for this because I'm considerably older than you. But when I was a young lad, I used to watch a TV show called The Newlywed Game. Are you familiar with this game? Are you familiar with this game?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, so what happens is one partner would be in a closed room and they don't hear what's going on. The other partner would be asked some multiple choice questions or just short answer questions. And then the other partner would come in and try and guess what their answer is. So we have already kind of done that. It's like, what do you think? But now you're going to have, there were four, let me make sure, one, I've got the answers now. I've got the answers written right here. So this is a shoot. This is an absolute shoot. So I sent Jessica four questions, multiple choice, only A or B. So you need to pick out which one. And it's a part of our show, and there's going to be a graphic and music and all that, but it's part of our show that I'm going to call Flaco Loco's Gaijin Grip of Love.
All right.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to find out. We've heard and we've seen J.R. Kratos, the most feared, open up his heart and show us such a loving, compassionate, supportive man. But let's put that relationship to the test, JR. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see if I'm ready. So the first question, JR.
Let's call it out there, brother.
Here we go. We're going to call this in the ring. Okay, here we go. And once again, A or B. When JR wakes up in the morning, he's like A, Val Venus, B, Bastion Booger. When JR wakes up in the morning, and there's no looking over to her, no signaling from Jessica. What did she say? Did she say A, Val Venus, or B, Bastion Booger?
A.
And the answer is A, Val Venus. In fact, let's take a look here. Her exact response was a little of both, but I'm going to lean towards A. The sweetest thing she said was like, she wrote back, she's like, I'm not too familiar with Bastion Booger. And I said, okay, well, in a nutshell, Val Venus is an adult film star, and as far as Bastion Booger is concerned, there's a lot of farts. So you're a little porn star and a little party. So there you go. All right, so let's move on.
Piano.
So there you go. You're 1 for 1, 1 for 1, and now you play the piano. Oh man, we're gonna have fun with that one. All right, so the next one. Are you ready for number 2?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
As far as keeping the house tidy,
Oh,
JR treats his side of the room like A, an elegant WrestleMania set, or B, an outlaw mud show.
shit. B.
And the answer is B, outlaw mud show. In fact, her absolute response was shit. B hands down, but his sports attire is always neat and tidy.
Yes. Don't touch my gear.
Do you wash it after every match?
Honestly, no. But I never smell in the ring though.
All right, well there you go. That's
watching.
important. There's a few wrestlers, I won't say their name, but I remember some of their elbow pads would. Oh, it would smell like fish and chips left on the dashboard of a 1968 Chevy in the middle of summer.
In 100-degree weather.
In 100-degree weather. So I'm not gonna mention names, but it rhymes with Mike Rain. Good Lord! Someone get that man some Tide. Help him watch this. All right, let's move on. Are you ready for number 3? So far, 2 for 2.
Yes, sir.
You guys are a match made in heaven. 2 for 2. Here we go. Number 3. When it comes to preparing family dinner, JR is the excellence of execution in the kitchen, or B, a botch fest in the kitchen.
B.
And the answer is B, a botch fest in the kitchen. My goodness, you guys are 3 for 3. However, she adds to this. It was great because she gave me her answers and then a little explanation.
Oh, of course she did.
This was great. Is there a C option? Even if he could cook, he would plead the fifth like he can't cook so that I cook. If I'll have to be B for sure, besides eggs. So that's something you and I have in common, is that the only thing we can cook is eggs. So.
No, I get down on some eggs, brother.
All right, so there you go. All right, so far 3 for 3. You and Jessica are a match made in heaven, my friend. You're a match made in heaven. So we've got one more. This could be the deal breaker, though. I mean, you're 3 for 3, but I think this one is going to be worth multiple points. This is kind of like bonus round stuff. Like you get it wrong, and
I'm out.
And yeah, another couple is going to win here. So here we go. And the final question is. Oh boy. JR, your wife and I, when we were texting and emailing back and forth to each other, we talked about intimate stuff.
Oh,
we talked about turn down the lights, light a candle. That's right, JR. We talked about making whoopee.
Let's do it.
We talked about making whoopee, and I wanted to know, JR, for my own personal benefit, I wanted to know, when it comes to making whoopee, JR is A, Mr. Perfect, or B, Mr. Fuji?
A, hands down.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 out of 4, 100%. A match made in heaven. The most feared JR Kratos and his partner in crime, the love of his life, the beauty to his beast, Jessica. 100%. JR, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Because I have no idea how I would have fared on that.
Oh, I'm sure you would have.
And I've done that. Well, we won't go into that, but hey, I'm going to let you go. You're a wonderful individual. I'm going to have one more drink. If you want to join me, you can. I want to thank you for this. I know this was a little unconventional. Didn't want to know what Josh Barnett's like. I didn't want to know what was your favorite place to take a shit in Japan was. Those will be conversations you and I will have.
Jesus, was that an experience?
Well, that's a conversation. I'm telling you, that's a conversation I want to have in a locker room someday soon. But to me, what was awesome about this is finding out what I already knew. Is that you're a big guy with an even bigger heart. And
thank you, man.
And it's obvious to so much. Even prior to this interview, I know how much family means to you. I know how much your children means to you. I know how much Jessica means to you. And it's great to hear these stories and hear their perspective of your journey and your trials, your tribulations, and also your success, and how they're going to be there. And if this all ends tomorrow, I know for a damn fact that everyone is still going to be by your side. So, JR,
Thank you, man.
I want to thank you for this time. Thank you for this interview. And I also want to thank, they're watching, Ariana and Jessica. Thank you for all your help. I really appreciated it. This has been so much fun getting to know a little bit
It's
more
been
about
really
the
cool.
history. So here, my brother, cheers to
Thank you, brother.
And
Cheers.
and I need a designated driver after talking to JR Kratos. Kind of the same feeling that after being in a match with you, I'm not able to drive home. So there you go. Brother, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
It's been an awesome experience. You take care. And that is my interview with JR Kratos. Well, there you have it. My interview with the most feared JR Kratos. Fans, stick around because after this word from our sponsors, I'm going to show you how you can get your own Lucha Libre Mafia shirt free of charge.
WCW's most famous wrestlers performing their most famous moves.
Stinger Splash!
Lex Luger lays the torture rack on Sting.
I bet that stings.
Here comes Kevin Nash to powerbomb the Giant.
Bob's way.
Macho Man gives DDP a seat. Goldberg's got Nash up and
Jackhammer.
it's a smashing, slamming free-for-all. New WCW Smash and Slam wrestlers. Ring and figures each sold separately.
Would you like to be a member of the Lucha Libre Mafia? It's real simple. Here's how you can get your shirt. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/El Flaco Loco. Once again, ProWrestlingTees.com/El Flaco Loco. Just enter what type of shirt you would like, enter the size you would like, add it to your cart, and pay for it, you cheapskate. What kind of person wants something for free? Are you the type of person that would go up to a wrestler and go to their merch stand and say, hey, what do you got for free? Why, if I had $1 for every time someone decided